Look, you guys know I am a huge, die-hard baseball fan, so I am thrilled to have teamed up with Zero Calorie Pepsi Max for the 2012 Field of Dreams program. Check this out. For the second straight year, Pepsi Max asked fans to vote for their dream team of living baseball legends in both the American and National Leagues. 2 guys have won this contest. This is the experience of a lifetime. You get to take the field with all of your friends and play alongside Major League Baseball legends like Cal Ripken Jr. and Mike Schmidt. The American League winner, Johnny Parati from Rochester, New York. The National League winner, Stephen Kaczmark from Washington, D.C. Now it's up to you guys to decide which hometown will host the Pepsi Max Field of Dreams game by voting at MLB.com/Pepsi Max. This is a ridiculous contest. Go out there and play for the American League team with Frank Thomas, Rod Carew, Ken Griffey Jr., Brooks Robinson, Ricky Henderson. Come on, that is insane. National League team, Ryan Sandberg, Johnny Bench, Tony Gwynn, the Hawk, Andre Dawson, and Randy Johnson. Vote for which one of these guys, Johnny Parati from Rochester, New York, or Stephen Kaczmark from Washington, D.C., will host this game. Go to MLB.com/Pepsi Max. This might be the coolest contest I have ever heard of. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm asking you to be a part of it too. That's MLB.com/Pepsi Max. Put your name on it.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game change.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh, yeah!
Yes, more stories from Fake Mustache Studios. We're doing a Mohr feast. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Larson.
What's up, guys? Solo clap, and I appreciate that.
As Ryan Sickler would say, fired up. Real fired up to be here.
Fired up about this right here.
So fired up. That's why I'm so mellow right now.
A little fired up about that sign right there.
That was made by Matt Cohen of Smodcast. Just one night in his house, got bored and made a Fake Mustache Studios sign, and then put like the little adornment.
I know, that's
like a little plaque underneath.
Since. You got to love the established since.
Jay Larson, I realized I've never had you on the show, and you make me laugh. So here you are. Thanks for coming in.
Here we are. I'm glad to be here, bro.
And forgive all the construction. Holy smokes. There's a house being built next to my house, and I swear to God, the goddamn Williamsburg Bridge went up faster than this fucking two-story house.
Next to your house and across the street from your house.
Yeah, I am in the Bermuda Triangle of lunch trucks. That was a Delhi, India.
And now he just got a truck too. He doesn't even have a truck, but that's the accent you do. So you're like, yeah, let's give it to this guy.
I figured that's my Indian lunch truck driver. He doesn't have the horn. He just sticks his head out and goes, "Come on into lunch."
And they love it. Do you even go out there and eat off those trucks?
Why? So I could turn my house into straw dogs and have a bunch of guys peering in, watching me and my wife make sweet love in the middle of the night?
Dogs.
Because they're right.
Yeah,
you know, when you have construction next to your house, there's guys walking on I-beam. Sanchez, get off that I-beam. And they're right outside your house. They're 6 feet from the window. Like all the shades are down.
That thing's a monstrosity too. It's like not like it's.
Well, let's hope it's not. Let's just hope it's a big ass, 3,600 square foot mansion. That because look, Jay Larson,
looking to raise the.
When the tide comes in, all the boats go up. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here in this 2-bedroom.
No, I don't know what you mean.
It means when the property value goes up, it affects when the tide comes in.
Okay,
even the shitty boats go up.
Yeah.
In the air.
I like that.
So this 2-bedroom shanty we're in now, let's hope it raises the property value of my. We're coming to you live from the Ding Ho. So you're the pride of what? Shrewsbury, Massachusetts?
What? Shrewsbury?
I don't know.
I got friends from Shrewsbury. Stoneham, bro. Home of, Nancy Kerrigan guy.
Jay Larson right now. First, he's going to try to get that whole run together by pointing, and then he realized he's on the radio.
I wasn't realizing anything. I'm just leading to you. This is what I do. Look, I feed to you because I know you like to get fed too.
I do.
Just like you fed me that enchilada earlier. We don't need to go into that.
All right.
We don't need to. Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan, bros, and Mario Cantone. I'm not bragging about that. I'm just saying.
Mario Cantone once I called. My wife and I laid in bed once and said, We don't have any like gay friends. Like Kathy Griffin's always like, "Where are my gays? Like, where are my gays?" Like, it'd be cool if we had like, you watch like the Food Network, and Ian has got like 4. TR's coming over. He's bringing flowers. Don't tell Jeffrey.
I love her,
like,
man.
They all have gays. Like everyone has like this little posse of gays, and we're like, "Where's our posse of gays?" And she goes, "Who do we know?" We actually like made a list of gays that we actually know. And Mario Cantone was the guy we slotted. He was our first round draft pick to be our gay. Like
he was a prospect too coming out of school. I mean, they knew he was going to be a gay.
Works the boards, great off the dribble, lull you to sleep, puts a body on you on defense. Whether it's down in the blocks or out at the 3 line, he's a threat from wherever. He comes out of the shower, he's in range. Mm-hmm. So we literally like reslotted. What about this guy? Like nobody knows who he is, but Mario Cantone like hangs out with these. He's a Broadway guy. He was in like Assassins on Broadway. So we go, all right, that's you know what? That's top shelf. It's not too splashy a move. You don't want to be like, hey, we just signed fucking John Travolta. Like we're up. Like people are gonna go, wait a minute. There's too much to explain.
Yeah.
Like it's Mario Cantone, but there's incredible Judy Garland routines.
And the last name Cantone. You know what I mean? Even almost just hints at it.
He blew us off.
Oh, really? He didn't like the fact that you wanted to just be friends with him because he was gay?
I think that my way of explaining it really turned him off.
How did you explain it?
Exactly that we wanted a gay.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God. But we were friends anyway.
Yeah. But you just wanted to up it.
Yeah, my wife and I, we were laying in bed the other night. We're like, we don't have any gays. And we decided we want you to be our gay. And he's just, when someone's walking in Manhattan, that super like huff and puff conversation you have with him. And he's like, okay, yeah. Look, can I call you back? And I go, sure. Never heard. I spooked him, scared him away. When you draft a guy, you got to make sure he's a good fit for the system.
Yeah.
Not a good fit for the system.
No, that was like an interview. That was an interview process.
And not a good fit. So then me and Sickler were up in San Francisco. The guy that writes for the San Francisco Examiner, and he also has, I think it's called Backstages magazine. Him and his husband came to my show. And then a bellman at the Palazzo and his 2 husbands. So a 3-gay marriage.
That guy's just giving gay marriage a bad name.
So I had like 5, and then Sickler goes, Jesus Christ. For a guy wondering where his gays are at, this green room's been pretty fucking gay all weekend, man. And I go, yeah, that was top shelf. Like when you have somebody in publishing, like, San Francisco magazine and newspaper writer.
San Francisco.
So Robert Sokol, what is up? Welcome to the family.
Dude, that's like having
his husband
Kobe Bryant.
And his husband Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron and Robert.
My brother got married. My brother's a gay guy.
Your brother's a gay?
Yeah, he's a gay guy.
So
I'm in by family, bro. He's older, 14 months. Almost
really?
Irish twins. Almost Irish twins.
How old were you when you knew he's gay?
I never really knew. I just remember picking up one day from a date when he was like, I was picking up at the T, and he was like,
the T.
I was like, what was up with that date,
that's
man?
the train in Boston.
And I go, what's up with that date? And he's like, it was good. And I'm like, who's this chick? And he's like, it's actually a dude. And I was like, dude, I knew you were gay. It didn't even matter. It was like he told me he liked the color purple. I'm like, all right, not the movie.
Oh, the movie's pretty good, though.
The movie's decent.
Oprah takes it, Oprah, another one. Oprah's like the Charles Oakley underneath. She cleans the glass. She does all the dirty work.
Yeah, she knows what
and she's the face of the franchise, too.
Yeah,
you think you got Karl Malone with that face.
You'll sign her to a 3-year deal when she's 36 because it's good
what?
for PR,
if she can't put the ball in the basket, she's going to take the charge. She's going to work the refs. It's all good. And by the way, Russell Brand, where are you? Why aren't you doing this podcast?
What do you mean? Is he supposed
That's my number one guest that I want.
That's such a nice feeling when you're a guest on someone's podcast and like, dude, let me tell you who I'm excited about trying to get on the podcast.
Bro, I'm thrilled to have you here.
I know, I'm kidding.
We talked about you a lot when Uncle Dan was here. We realized, excuse me, I have a mouthful of tamale by St. Teresa. When Uncle Dan was here, he worked at, I don't remember the name of these jobs.
Everybody was tweeting out about Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan was, you have to have him on the Crab Feast. I mean, actually, you do whatever you want on the Crab Feast, but I think he'd be a good fit for you guys.
Yeah.
As a third mic. So he worked at a nursery for plants, not babies.
Yeah.
And then, but he could have worked at a nursery for babies. That's how weird his job thing was. And he built the greenhouse with his Uncle Herb and this guy, and then he did this and that, and it was somebody Larson.
That's right.
And then we got a little obsessed, like maybe it was somebody related to you. And Sickler was like, I will kill myself.
And where he was from, too. There was someone.
Hubbardston, Shrewsbury, every town in the world.
I never.
You're
knew
from Somerville?
No, Stoneham.
Stoneham. I think he did like Franchi Construction in Stoneham, and he goes, it was me, a guy named Ron, another guy named Ron, and his son Ron Jr. And me and Sickler got nuts. And he goes, and when I worked at the nursery, I was a pansy sifter. And he goes on and on about how he used to sift the cow shit out for the pansies.
Oh,
and
like,
Sickler goes, I could do that job. And Uncle Dan goes, you would have been the fourth Ron. Where did you start doing stand-up?
In L.A.
So you came from Boston. Did you move here?
I just moved out here to write and act. And
really?
I'm just like, I need a reason to get out of Mass, you know what I mean? So I just moved, graduate college, save money. I'm like, I'll get $5,000 and move. I got $3,200 and I bounced.
What, such Boston words too. I just bounced.
I got out of it.
Where'd you go to college?
In New Hampshire, St. Anselm.
St. Anselm?
St. Anselm College. We didn't have any Rons growing up, but I grew up with this kid, Joey Maz, who had a brother, Adi Maz, and his dad was Adi Maz Sr.
Yeah.
And I was on this audition one time, and it was for, like, they needed a Boston guy for, like, fantasy football. And she's like, okay, who's my Boston guy? And I'm like, oh, yeah, hey. And I do the audition. She's like, I don't know if you're really from Boston. I'm not really getting it. I'm like,
this is in L.A.?
Yeah. I'm like, well, I grew up in Stoneham, Mass. That's where I'm from. She's like, all right, let's do it again. We do it again. She's like, yeah, are you just saying you're from Boston? I go, listen, sweetie. I grew up
I wish you called her sweetie.
I did. I grew up in Stoneham, Mass. with Joey Maz and Adi Maz and Adi Maz Sr. We all worked at a pizza place together because Adi Maz Sr. used to install air conditioning units, but he fell off a ladder and broke his hip, and now he has to deliver pizzas. And they had to move in with Joey's grandmother, and they live on marshland, so the house is slanted. So if you're standing in the kitchen in front of the freezer in the wrong place, you're going to get hit in the face with the freezer door. And their fish tank in the basement is half full on one side and half empty on the other. That's where Adi Maz Sr. would hang out. And I'm like, you still believe I'm not from Boston? She's like, okay, here we go. Let's do it again.
Did you get the part?
No, I didn't get it.
Who got it?
I don't know. It was
Mario Cantone.
I'm
from Boston. Yes, I am.
Okay, thanks, Mario. This is a fantasy football commercial.
I auditioned for the movie PCU. Politically Correct University.
One,
Jeremy Piven, and I think was David Spade in that?
No. I don't know. Piven was like the big name in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, back when he didn't have hair.
When he did have hair?
No, he did not have hair. Now he's got incredible
how did that
hair.
Happen?
Well, how do you think it happened?
I know it happened.
The luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
And I'm right behind him. Listen to me. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm right behind the guy. I would get lipo, except every time they show lipo on the television, it's so fucking violent. Like they just jam those like, hey, dial it back. I'm unconscious. Take it, lull me to sleep a little with the rods.
I mean,
have you ever seen lipo on TV?
No, and
Bro,
I don't.
They
want
take
to.
those vacuums into your sides, and they just jam that shit. That. Like it's way too aggressive. I'm like, bro, I'm unconscious. Like you don't take your time.
I won't even do laser hair removal, bro.
Well, why would you? That's a very way to go out on a limb. Let me tell you something, buddy.
Let me tell you where I stand.
I refuse to get a Brazilian wax. I don't care what you say, Jay Moors. I'm not getting it.
Have you ever had your back waxed?
If you think I'm shaving my pubes into a lightning bolt, you got another thing coming.
Have you ever had your back shaved? I mean, waxed.
No, my back's like a baby's ass.
Oh, see? I'm a hairy dude.
I'm a twink in the back, and I'm a bear in the front. You catch me coming or going.
Dude, you are. Yeah. I got my back waxed, and it's the most painful situation you'll ever experience. It's the worst. So I've had friends that have gotten laser because they don't want back hair, and they said it's horrible. You're going for like 8 sessions every single time. It's like you're just getting attacked by needles. It's like getting a back tattoo for 4 days. That's what I heard.
So you're getting stung by bees?
Yeah, just miserable.
So why don't you just walk around? You're married, happily married. Like you and I are in the happily married club. Why don't, and I know you got, people are like, all right, already, you love your wife, we get it. Too bad.
First of all, can I just say, all the dudes that say